Hi, my name is Gail Cooper.
Hi, I'm Kevin Cooper.
You know, we have gone through so many mountaintop experiences where life has just been really great for, a lot of years. But we also, I think it's fair to say that we have experienced some real deep valleys in our life.
Yeah, particularly the first several years of our marriage.
Yeah, that was fun.
Not very pleasant for you, and as a matter of fact, for me as well. I was a self-centered, narcissistic drug addict. Thank God, God got us through it.
He redeemed it.
Sure, several years later, we lost our son in a drowning accident. Mm-hmm. And shortly after that, you lost your mom. Mm-hmm. And then a few years after that, you got breast cancer and brutal treatment and great recovery. Mm-hmm. Now I'm dealing with prostate cancer at this moment right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I think, he pinpoints everything. But ultimately, with each of those situations, you're dealing with deep grief. You're dealing with heartache. You're dealing with questions and emotions at times that you really just don't know how to deal with. And I think one of the things that got Kevin and I through all this, and I'm sure you would agree, Kevin, is the power of prayer.
Amen.
And I can't tell you how many people here in our church and in our community and even throughout the country that prayed for us. And we really felt those prayers, especially during this last go-around with my breast cancer. Yes. Prayer is just such a really powerful thing. But I think, I kind of describe it as like Aaron and Hur. When Moses is holding up his arms, because he's in a big battle and Moses can't take it on by himself. He gets weak, and then all of a sudden he's got his friends that come over and said, hey, we're with you in this. And they held his hands up, and they ended up just winning this war. And I really feel like that is the power of prayer in our lives, is when people like you come alongside of us and you fill in those gaps and you're praying for us. You have no idea the power that is involved in that. And I think, Rick had also asked of me anyway, was there going through all of this journey? Because it's been quite a journey.
Sure has.
Oh my God. He asked of me if there was really like a pivotal moment that, God just became so real in my life. And I have to go back, and I know many of you know this story, but as we were heading to the river to look for Aaron's body the very first time, I remember getting so overwhelmed with emotion and grief and pain and just anxiety and all of that kind of stuff that my brother-in-law pulled the car over, and I ended up finding myself in this field. And I was totally just curled up in this fetal position. And it was like there was this weight upon me. I mean, there was nothing I could do about the situation. There was no going back from this. I felt like every limb was just, cement. I just could not get myself up. And I think that moment that God really made himself so real to me was when I finally had reached the end of myself, and I cried out to God, and I said, God, I can't do this. I can't do what it is that you're calling us to do. And the moment that I said that those words released from my lips, it was like as if God himself just came down and spoke over my soul. And he said, Gail, he said, I know you can't, but I can. And it was at that moment in my life anyway, where the presence of God was just so tangible in my life. It was like God himself personally just came to that field and said, I'm here with you, and we're gonna do this together, and I'm gonna get you through.
For 4 days we were on the river, Aaron's body's in the water. The peace that we had there was incredible. I mean, because we knew that people from all over, all of our families, all of Aaron's friends' families, they joined us down at the river. They were praying for us. We knew we were being prayed for, and we had a peace that you can't understand.
Yeah.
Our son is in the water, yet we had a peace in our hearts.
Because of that prayer, because I cried out to God, there was this complete breakthrough that came over me, because I knew without a shadow of a doubt that whatever we would face in our journey, whatever we're facing now with Kevin, that the power of prayer, our relationship with Christ, it's that nurturing of getting together with God, and it's Him equipping us with what we need. We know that the God that got us through our marriage, the loss of Aaron, my breast cancer, is the same God that's going to get us through this. And the one thing that we as a couple want to encourage all of you is that prayer is so powerful. There is no greater gift than being able to come one-on-one to our Heavenly Father and being able to just pour out all of our concerns, our fears, our questions, and He can take it. But prayer is powerful, and so we're just hoping that in your life, you really grab hold of the privilege of prayer, the power of prayer, and how prayer really changes lives, and how it opens up such an intimate relationship with God that is so beautiful, that we know that even if things do not turn out the way that we would like them to, that we have a God that is always with us, and that His plans for us are better than the plans that we ever could have for ourselves.